vandaag gaan we kijken naar... we gaan kijken naar iemand die heel goede advies geeft. Letterlijk, hij is de nieuwe generatie levenscars. Letterlijk, hij is de nieuwe levenscars. Levenscars was een beetje... hij had zijn dood gefaked of zo. Maar dit is de nieuwe generatie, we hebben hem niet meer nodig. Laten we nou eens even kijken wat onze challenge is van vandaag. Oké, dit wordt misschien een van de moeilijkste die we ooit hebben gedaan. Oké. Laat ik... Maar dus wat hij dus doet is... hij leert dus mensen over testosteron. Hij leert die mensen... Maar we gaan dus kijken naar echt... laten we gewoon kijken naar de meest recente. En daarna kunnen we naar de meest populaire kijken. Dit is zeg maar de meest up-to-date wat je kan krijgen.
Testosterone determines what kind of Clash of Clans player.
Yo. Waarom heeft deze video altijd zoveel shares? Ik snap het echt niet. Ik denk dat mensen zijn die gewoon naar hun vrienden willen sturen van yo, dit advies moet je echt gaan nemen. Ik denk dat het gewoon is.
Wow. Firstly, we have the player that solely focuses.
Maar ik ga deze niet kijken, ik snap geen Clash
Low
of Clans.
testosterone men use the tactical shotgun.
What? Hey, nigga, hey, praat normaal. Ik zweer. Tactical shotgun is letterlijk de beste. En waarom, bitch?
Low testosterone men use the tactical shotgun in Fortnite because they're afraid of missing. The tactical shotgun is the shotgun that shoots the fastest. Therefore, if
What? Deze nigga is echt dom, hè? Deze nigga heeft dit gevraagd aan fucking ChatGPT. Yo, tactical shotgun is goed, want het kan zoveel damage doen in één hit. En het hit zo snel achter elkaar. En het heeft zo'n goede afstand en het doet zoveel damage tegen builds. En misschien ben ik iets te veel. Ik denk dat ik iets te slim ben voor dit.
you use it, it is because you're afraid of missing.
Nee, omdat het beter is dan de pump. Het is beter dan de pump.
Which is a sign of low testosterone because low testosterone will make you very, very scared of taking risk. Whereas
What?
a high testosterone man is going to use something like a pump shotgun where it's way riskier, but the reward is way more if you're successful. Because if you miss with the pump shotgun, you're fucked. But if you hit your shots, you're gonna win. Low testosterone. 10 signs that your Fortnite teammates have low testosterone. Number 1, they're not attracted to female Fortnite skins. Number 2, if they get into fights with low HP, they will panic them. Number 3, they do not care at all when they die. Number 4, they've been playing the game for absolutely years but they're still just shit. Number 5, they never make callouts or tell you if they see enemies. Number 6, they follow you like a sheep.
This nigga's on farming, yo.
Wherever you tell them to land and they follow you around the map. Number 7, they sit back and spray in fights rather than pushing in with you. Number 8, their favorite gun is an AR, not a close distance, more aggressive gun like a shotgun. And number 9, they don't rush to help you when you get in fights. 10 signs that your Fortnite...
Yo, deze nigga neemt alles te serieus. Get a job, nee. Ik kan het niet zeggen, dude. Yo, deze video is wel fire.
Testosterone determines what kind of...
Yo, 3 minuten. Yo, deze nigga heb het versneld. Hoe lang duurde dit?
Testosterone determines what kind of Fortnite tryhard you are.
Oké, is
Firstly,
goed.
we have the low HP
Is goed,
builder.
is
For
goed.
example,
Laten we gaan kijken.
testosterone determines what kind of Fortnite tryhard you are. Firstly, we have the low HP builder. For example, when you have no shield and you're on like 30 HP, so your anxiety starts increasing and you start spamming builds like fucking crazy. If this is you, you
nigga,
have low
how did that?
testosterone because testosterone significantly reduces
Hoezo staat het
mental
in het beeld? Yo, ik wil het weghalen.
like the anxiety by regulating the amygdala, which is responsible for anxiety and fear. And it does this because reduced fear allows for more bold and more decisive behavior in riskier situations. So, like more calculated gameplay rather than just panic building due to fear. Next, we have the 2017/2018 tryhard, which was me, by the way. I remember when I played Fortnite back in 2018 with a group of my friends from school, and there was this one really sweaty kid, and I remember this exact clip, right? And we were outside the prison, if you remember the prison in Fortnite. And he literally 1v4'd a squad with RPGs, with just RPGs. Now this is a sign of extremely high testosterone, because to become good at Fortnite that quickly, within that short amount of time, requires extremely good coordination. And testosterone increases coordination by acting on the central nervous system.
Maar dan speel je niet gewoon de hele dag Fortnite.
And muscle fibers. And it increases coordination because better coordination equals improved success in food acquisition and survival during combat or predator evasion. And it also created better physical skill, which massively helped in male-to-male competition. Thirdly, we have the hyperactive player. Remember the last time you were playing with that one guy that literally spams his keyboard like crazy? All you can hear down the mic is...
24/7. His pickaxe and his gun switching out every 0.2 seconds, and then you look away for like 5 seconds, you look back to the left, and he's made an entire edit course on the map for absolutely no reason. This is a sign of high testosterone because testosterone increases impulsivity, especially in situations involving reward, like competition, and Fortnite is competition, which winning competition, aka killing people in Fortnite, involves lots of competition and reward. And testosterone increases impulsivity to promote immediate action in competitive situations, like combat, hunting, and war, to increase your chances of success. Fourth is the pre-fire spammer. This guy took LeBron James's advice way too serious when he talked about missing 11,400 shots. This guy literally pre-fires every single opportunity he gets, and he's probably surpassed LeBron's missed shots by 10x. However, this is a sign of high testosterone because it's extremely logical. If you're constantly firing pre-fires, then eventually you're going to hit and kill them. And testosterone masculinizes the brain, which includes making it more logical rather than emotional. Next, we have the tournament player. They're always playing with you, but whenever there's a tournament, they just dip and they go and find some random sweats. This is a sign of high testosterone because he's competitive, very competitive. Because if he plays Fortnite, he wants to play the most competitive game mode. He isn't there to mess about in casuals, and he also really wants to win and avoid losing if he's dropping you for a bunch of sweats. And testosterone makes competing very rewarding, and especially winning. And he's both desperate to compete and also desperate to win. Next is the creative warrior. This used to be like my OG duo partner. Every single time you load onto Fortnite, the first word he says to you is 1v1, and the worst, most annoying part is he is actually cracked. So you know that as soon as you loaded into that 1v1, you were just going to get completely destroyed for the next hour non-stop. Probably get 100 0'd like Peter Bot did to Ron. But this is a sign of low testosterone because he's scared of taking risks. Because when you only want to enter creative, a lobby where you know you're going to be safe, where you're going to have the most OP guns, where you're going to have the most shield, 200, where you're going to have max mats, where you're going to be fighting someone that you know that is worse than you, but you never want to join public games where you don't have that safety net. It shows you're averse to risk, which suggests you're also high in negative emotion because the thing that creates that scaredness of risk is anxiety and fear, because you become fearful of what could happen, which prevents you from taking certain risks. Whereas high testosterone men aren't just drawn to taking risks, but they actually get rewarded from the testosterone for taking risks. Next is the SMG warrior. You are just absolutely awful at the game if you're an SMG warrior. So the only way to actually be somewhat effective is to have a full stack of SMGs where you can just hold the trigger and hope for the best. And being bad at the game is a sign of low testosterone because the physical attributes like coordination and spatial cognition that are required to be good are significantly affected by testosterone, meaning a low testosterone man is going to have these physical attributes heavily diminished. Therefore, very much to be good. And lastly is high ping tryhard. This is also me. This is the only guy that actually isn't bullshitting when he rages about his internet. And his persistence of constantly showing up, constantly turning up and grinding and playing on high ping, trying to get better.
Oké, nigga, je hebt het gewoon.
Buying emotes on Fortnite is like ejaculating. You're spending all of that precious V-Bucks on a fucking emote.
Dit is wel waar, emotes zijn echt dom om te kopen.
You could have bought an entire skin or the battle pass and you got a dance. Just like when you ejaculate, you have all of this testosterone inside of you and you're gonna use it on a fucking pixel screen when you could have used. Wow. Clash Royale trophies are just like your semen. Every time you collect so many trophies you want, there's always that one guy on the squad that will genuinely get enraged and pissed off at you if you don't play well or you make the tiniest mistakes. I remember when I used to play Fortnite with this one squad and I was so shit, but they would let me join in when there was tournaments on, and I would just die so much. And this one guy would get so pissed off, and this is actually a sign of low testosterone for the shit player that keeps dying, because people will only become aggressive towards you if they know that they're not going to get much of a reaction back, and the reaction that you're going to give back depends on your testosterone levels. There's always introducing the Fortnite testosterone formula. This explains every single thing about testosterone so that you can achieve high testosterone in Fortnite terms. For example, you have the best diet for testosterone. OG Fortnite players that quit around Chapter 2 have extremely high testosterone because the reason they quit was because they became absolutely shit in comparison.
Maar ik dacht dat juist lage test was als je shit was in de game. Yo, dit is niet logisch.
The best Christmas you have ever had was in 2018 Season 7 Winterfest on Fortnite. This was because firstly you had the mechs and the planes, which allowed you to move around quicker and therefore find and push enemies easier, which testosterone reward
the mech, what the fuck
which allowed you to move around quicker. This was because firstly you had the mechs and the planes.
Dat alleen de vliegtuigen, joh. Dit nigga is niet slim, man. Dat gewoon een vliegtuig en die domme zwaard. Zwaard als ass, vliegtuigen waren hinderlijk.
Which allowed you to move around quicker and therefore find and push enemies easier. Which testosterone rewards you for killing other players. Ranking Fortnite players and YouTubers' testosterone
Oh.
levels. Firstly is Clicks, and he is constantly playing with women. Somerset, Karinakov, Madison Beer, Frantic, which is a sign that he has high libido, and high libido is one of the primary effects of testosterone. And he also only plays competitive, and testosterone
Okay.
rewards you heavily for competing. Therefore, Clicks has high testosterone. Secondly is Peterbot, and Peterbot is the best player on Fortnite, and he's constantly winning the biggest tournaments, and because of this, his body is interpreting him winning everything on Fortnite as him being at the top of the social hierarchy. So testosterone will increase to match his perceived position within the social hierarchy. Therefore, he has high testosterone. And you will
What are
see
the
these
comments?
effects occur over the next 1 to 2 years. Third is Lachlan, aka Locky Docky. He does tons of weird challenges that results in him losing loads, like the one chest challenge, the sky bases, trying to get a win by using just heals, etc. And testosterone makes men hate losing, therefore they're not going to do that. And he also isn't very good considering he's been playing non-stop for the last 8 years, which means his coordination is terrible and testosterone significant. Imagine your wife and children lived in Tilted Towers in Ooit.
Yo.
Fortnite, when half of the lobby would land there. The only way you'd be able to keep them safe and preserve all the
Yeah.
big pots and mats and all the other resources in Tilted Towers is to kill anyone else that landed there, therefore making
Facts.
you territorial over Tilted Towers. And this is why testosterone makes you territorial, to ensure the survival of your genetics, aka your offspring and your wife. Imagine your high testosterone men do not have jobs because you're being told what you can and you cannot do, and your testosterone determines your Minecraft bed playstyle. You instantly start building over to the middle island so you can get the diamonds.
Holy
Testosterone determines your
Oh, deze was het. Yo, Nico was...
you can testosterone
Yo, Nico wordt ook gelijk zoals verdedigd. Kijk hoe snel hij je aangepakt.
determines your attraction to Fortnite skins.
Yo, het ding is, hij had zo'n ander gemaakt van... als je hoog getest hebt, vind je Fortnite skins aantrekkelijk. Had hij daarvoor gemaakt. En die scheelt echt 30k likes, 50k shares. Dus hij nu verdedigt hij zichzelf.
Testosterone determines your
Dit is ook al gezien, maar dit was wel, hij heeft hele goede punten hierin.
attraction to Fortnite. Amazingly, testosterone determines your attraction to Fortnite skins.
Yo, hoe hou ik dit weg? Serieus.
Have you ever been playing Fortnite and you've seen
Wat gebeurt?
seen one of the female skins? Testosterone determines your attraction to Fortnite skins. Have you ever been playing Fortnite and you've seen one of the female skins and for some reason you thought the skin was actually kinda hot? I remember when I was playing Fortnite with my OG duo partner and we were both wearing the Ruby skin, and all of a sudden he went, "Why the fuck are these Fortnite skins so fit?" But there was also a ton of guys in game chat over several games that we questioned and didn't think the same thing. It was like 50-50.
This nigga
So there is
interviews
clearly
over
something
Fortnite skins.
affecting the attraction to female Fortnite skins. And surprisingly, it is testosterone. So does testosterone make us attracted or unattracted to these female Fortnite skins? To know this, you first need to understand that testosterone's primary goal is reproduction. Therefore, it's going to increase attractiveness to the most reproductively healthy woman, aka the most fertile woman, so that you're motivated to get with these women in order to optimize reproduction. Now, these female Fortnite skins have the exact features that signal optimal reproductive health and fertility. So what are some of these features that signal reproductive health that's extremely attractive to men? Firstly is a flat stomach with higher body fat, so it covers the abs. Secondly is wide hips, and lastly is glowing skin. But then I know you're probably thinking, oh,
Deze nigga moest al
but
deze
it's a
video's
video game.
downloaden.
Well,
En al die
do you
foto's
remember those
downloaden en
nerves that
zo.
you felt in OG Fortnite when it was the last zone
Wacht,
right at the end
dat was ook nog een punt die hij maakte. Wat was dit nou?
But then I know you're probably thinking, oh, but it's a video game. Well, do you remember those nerves that you felt in OG Fortnite when it was the last zone right at the end of the game, 1v1? You might even still feel them now. Or how about the insane rush of dopamine when you get the most insane clutch ever? These emotions and chemical reactions that you're experiencing whilst playing Fortnite are very,
real. And if your body knew that it was a video game, it wouldn't make you nervous at the end of the game when it's a 1v1. Nor would it give you a rush of dopamine for winning something that is completely pointless. But it does. And this is because our bodies cannot tell the difference between real life and these computer screens and our phone screens and our TV screens. Okay, so now we know that these Fortnite female skins signal optimal reproductive health and fertility, and our body interprets them as real woman. So how does testosterone affect whether you're actually attracted to them or not? Well, because testosterone optimizes reproduction, the higher your testosterone is, the more attracted you are going to be to these features that signal optimal fertility and optimal reproduction, and therefore the female Fortnite skins, as they contain all of these features. However, if you have low levels of testosterone, the mechanism of being attracted to those features isn't going to be as strong, and therefore you're not going to be very, if at all, attracted to these Fortnite skins. Testosterone determines your attraction to Fortnite skins.
Oké, dat was wel een diepe talk. Ik ben het helemaal met hem eens. Ik heb hem ook gerepost en zo.
If you carry your knocked friend on Fortnite and you chuck him off cliffs, then you lack empathy. Because he is genuinely pissed off that he is to spend the next 5, 10, even 20 minutes spectating you, whilst you literally do not care and you cannot contain your laughter. And this lack of empathy means that you have high testosterone, because testosterone reduces empathy to enable you to...
If you get bricked up whilst playing Fortnite...
What? What? Yo!
If you get... If you get bricked up whilst playing Fortnite, you have very high testosterone, because female Fortnite skins have all the most attractive features, such as a flat stomach and wide hips, and these subconsciously trigger attraction in men, specifically high testosterone men, to optimize selection and reproduction, as those features, wide hip and flat stomach, signal optimal fertility and optimal sexual health, and because testosterone's primary purpose is reproduction, it wires a man to be attracted to those features to optimize reproduction, because he's going to be reproducing with the most sexually healthy woman. If you get bricked up...
Wat zijn dit?
High testosterone men play murder mystery on Roblox, but they only enjoy it if they become the sheriff, the person that's killing the murderer, because you're imitating the concept of saving the world whilst putting yourself at great danger. And this is the ultimate masculine desire, and it's why young boys and men are so drawn to superheroes. However, if you play it and you enjoy being one of the innocent people, the people that run away from the murderer, you have extremely low testosterone. Because this is more of a feminine desire, to be saved from terrible danger, which is why young girls and women love the princess movies where a prince saves the princess. And last...
Wat gaat hij zeggen over de sheriff?
Because testosterone makes you interested in violence and competition, which you're going to be doing as the murderer. It also makes your brain more logical, and therefore you're going to want to be the good guy rather than the bad guy, and obviously the murderer is the bad guy. Legendary guns in Fortnite are just like testicles. Every time you get a legendary gun in Fortnite, you're forced to give it to the best player on your team. And in ancient China, young boys were forced to give their testicles to the men in charge. And this is because both the legendary guns and the testicles are extremely powerful. Therefore, the strongest men should possess them. Legendary GTA goods are like your testicles. High testosterone men love training and winning on Fortnite. A high testosterone chicken is like the Thanos club in Fortnite. A high
Yo.
Dying in...
Yo, what the fuck is this?
A high high testosterone chicken is like the Thanos glove in Fortnite. A high testosterone chicken, which would be a rooster, develops a large body, just as the Fortnite Thanos glove makes your character twice as big, and it also equips the rooster with built-in weapons known as sharp bony leg spurs, just like the Thanos glove's laser. And testosterone also equips the rooster with a powerful cock-a-doodle-doo, just like how the Thanos glove makes you say the end is near, and everybody on the Fortnite island can hear it.
What your favorite gun in Fortnite says about your testosterone levels. If it's the heavy sniper rifle, you like sitting back and camping, therefore you're not willing to take risks, and not taking risks is a sign of low testosterone. Secondly is the pump shotgun. You're really good at the game, which means you have very good coordination, which is a sign of high testosterone. And obviously the pump shotgun is like the #1 gun to push with, which means you're aggressive and therefore have high testosterone. Next is the SMG. This is your favorite gun, you have average aim, therefore average coordination, otherwise you'd be using a shotgun, because if your aim is insane, then a shotgun's always going to be better. And you're also definitely toxic as fuck, because you love spraying, which is both a sign of high testosterone as you're willing to be aggressive, but also a sign of low testosterone as you lack emotional control. Therefore you have average testosterone. And lastly in RPG, you're shit at the game if this is your favorite gun. You can't build properly, you probably have bad aim, which is why you think the RPG is good. When you use an RPG, you can miss,
RPG is goed.
deal damage. Therefore you have bad.
Deze nigger weet niet over de RPG shotgun strategie. Je schiet een RPG op niggers box. Switch je gelijk met shotgun. Als die ding explodeert, schiet je gelijk in één keer. Hit je hem altijd. Nigger weet het niet. Nigger is niet tap dance.
Beta feature in Fortnite was coded with extremely high testosterone because when he was talking to Clicks, he gave objective answers with zero emotion. For example, Clicks asked Duffy.
Trouwens, is deze game, jij nog steeds in de game, anders ga ik er misschien wel tegen praten als hij nog steeds in de game is.
If he thought that Clicks would win the FNCS.
Do you think I'm going to win this next FNCS?
And Darth Vader told him to stop seeking validation.
Your confidence wavers, Clicks. Victory is not a matter of thinking, but of dominating. If you require my assurance, you are already defeated.
Or when Clicks asked Darth Vader if he thought that Clicks would be Peterball, and Darth Vader told Clicks he was scared of Peterball.
Your relentless focus on this Peterball suggests preoccupation. Does his skill pose a legitimate threat?
Imagine you're sitting there in your bed and you get a message.
Dit was mijn favoriet.
Imagine you're sitting there in your bed and you get a message from your bro and it says the following. I loaded into Zone Wars on creative fills and these random kids kept targeting me and rushing my corner as soon as the game started. They did the laughing emote every single time they killed me, then they started spamming me with messages saying I should delete the game. How you respond to this depends on your testosterone levels. If you respond by jumping out of bed, instantly turning your Xbox on and joining your friend's lobby to load into the game and absolutely destroy those kids that were just being toxic, you have high testosterone because you're being protective over your tribe. And all throughout evolution, protecting your tribe is important to optimize the continuation of your genetics. Testosterone's ultimate purpose, because it's like a mutual agreement that, you know, you protect everybody and then everybody else also protects you and your offspring.
Oké, nigger. Ik zei nog, we gaan naar zijn populaire kijken. Laten we dat gaan doen. Dat is de meest populaire mening. Dus deze mensen, de meeste mensen zijn hier dus mee eens.
Your boys' testosterone will determine your role. Firstly, the builder. Building in Minecraft has no positive effect on testosterone. Therefore, anyone with testosterone is not going to be drawn to that, and therefore the builder is going to have low testosterone. Secondly is the explorer. This guy, he just wanders, tries to go find all the chests in the villages, find the best villagers to trade with, and just explores all the different biomes. Now, he is uninterested in things like competition and progress, which are both things a man with an average amount of testosterone would be very interested in. Therefore, the explorer is going to have low testosterone. Thirdly is the griefer, the guy that steals all the loot, kills all the dogs, and sets the house on fire all the time. And this guy is obviously not afraid of starting conflict, which means he's lower in negative emotion, and testosterone significantly decreases negative emotion. He's also preventing progress, which is something a high testosterone man is not going to do, because testosterone rewards you for progressing. Therefore, he's going to have average testosterone. And then lastly, the survivalist. This is the guy that tries to complete the game as fast as possible. So he clearly loves progressing, which is what testosterone rewards you for. Therefore, he has high testosterone. When you play in when you play GTA,
When you're playing Fortnite and you reboot your... If you have high testosterone, you're more likely to lead the squad, so make all the calls, make all the rotations, choose the drop spot. You're also more likely to get the best loot, you know, when we find like that. Your Minecraft character's testosterone is through the fucking roof. Your Minecraft character eats natural meat, fruit and vegetables, which means he has all the nutrients, vitamins and minerals needed for optimal testosterone production. He's on semen retention 24/7, which is optimal for testosterone. He's telling his body, okay, we need to produce testosterone to become more attractive so that we can attract people and actually reproduce. He fasts and only eats when he needs to, which again is optimal for testosterone, because when he's fasting, his body's like, we're not getting food, we need to increase testosterone to increase our ability to get food. He hunts, works and fights 24/7 every single day, which means his lifestyle demands high testosterone in order to succeed and survive. And he also sleeps without waking up once throughout the night, which means his sleep is optimal, and therefore his testosterone production every single night is optimal as well. So if you want high testosterone, just copy your Minecraft character. Your Minecraft...
Get the girl instead of doing this. Couldn't give a fuck if Steve was on semen retention. My character eats cookies, cake, rotten flesh, never sleeps and uses Jenny mod. Holy shit. Alleen echte mensen kennen die speedstream dat hij dat had gedaan. Toen was hij geband of zoiets.
Legendary. When you're a kid playing Fortnite and you find a girl on voice chat, try to show off and kill every other guy, because you feel this bit of adrenaline running through you. This is literally because your body was perceiving that scenario as there's a female, there's other men, other guys, and you need to outcompete them in order to gain access and win over the female. So that little adrenaline spike and desire to show off was testosterone increasing to ensure you won the competition. When you're a kid playing Fortnite, the testosterone men are more likely to be attracted to female.
Oh, dit was de beste video die hij ooit heeft geplaatst.
Testosterone men are more likely to be attracted to female Fortnite skins. If we look at the female Fortnite skins, we find that they all have flat stomachs and wide hips. And this is because they are two of the most attractive features on women, because it signals optimal sexual and reproductive health. However, it's your testosterone levels that are going to determine how attracted you are to these features. Because testosterone's purpose is reproduction, therefore it increases your ability to select for reproductive health, making you more attracted to the features that signal.
Yo, wat zijn de comments op dit? Yo. I've got maximum testosterone.
Low testosterone men use the tactical shotgun.
Fucking. Oh, ik word echt boos. Oké. Like de video, abonneer, subscribe, zet een belletje aan en dan zie ik je later. Waarschijnlijk heb ik gestotterd deze video, maar ik heb al een paar keer achter elkaar die video gedaan. Ja, je kan me toch eentje laten slijden. Ik weet niet eens zeker of ik het heb gedaan. Niet dat het me opviel, maar ja, oké. Hey. Oh, dat is het. Wow, ik had niet eens door dat het even on-question shit na het doen was, maar oké. See, I just got muddy. Better drop like lovely. I know front bitch won't bug me. I know fat hoes will hug me. I don't know why they still judge me. For the fans call me ugly. That's why I left my brother. I don't know if my slime trust me, but I'm still slide for my